Hi guys. If you remember, my name is Lindsay. Um, Today is February 2nd, and this is part of the project about epilepsy. I've done a couple different things, but this one is probably closest to home. And today is probably one of the hardest days. And I kind of wanted to make this video because of that. It's weird because you would think that a hard day, one of the hardest days, is a day you have a seizure, and that can definitely be the case. But that isn't what is really making me feel so awful today. What really is making me feel so awful today is side effects from my medication. One medication in particular, called lamotrigine or Lamictal, that I take, gives me double vision and sometimes dizziness. It's very unpredictable on when it's going to happen, and I really can't nail down a trigger as to what could cause it, when it might happen, what time of the day, and stuff like that. So it's all very unpredictable on when it will happen, how long it may last. It could be just an hour, it could be 3 hours, it could be, I don't know. But today, I was at work, and I pretty much started my shift, and, 15-20 minutes in, I just started having double vision and some dizziness, and I was just like, I don't know how this is gonna be, and I kept on going on my shift, and I was okay, I was a little bit okay, and then by the end of the hour, I was just like, I can't be here, because looking at a screen, I can't read what this is saying. I can't focus at all on words in front of me. I am seeing double of, instead of seeing one person, there's two of the same people. Instead of saying anything normal, everything was completely disjointed, and I was just all over the place, and that was just really difficult. And a lot of the times I try to see if I can push through it and see if it's like something that's only gonna last an hour or two and then go away, or will go away by my lunchtime, or go away if I like sit down for like 10 minutes. But today was just a day where I was certain that I was not gonna have that happen, and that I was going to just need to go home. I'm actually still seeing double while I'm making this video. I'm seeing double of myself, pretty much. There's like one and a half of me like this. But I really wanted to make this while I was doing it, because I think it was keeping up my emotions. Because when I decided to tell my boss that I needed to go home, they were very understanding about it, but I literally just went in the break room, and to a part where I was just kind of by myself, and I just started to break down, and I was crying pretty much, because I was to the point of so frustrated with myself because of the fact that I had no control over what is going on in my body, and yet it is affecting my life so completely. I can't control what's happening to me. I can't control that I have these side effects. and but they still control me. And that is such a hard thing. And I think it's one of the hardest things that people with epilepsy have to deal with. Whether it's double vision, dizziness, a lot of different things that people have to go through. I think it's one of the hardest things that we have to deal with. And yeah, I think that's just really hard. And I felt, I just didn't know. I wanted to pull out my phone and just talk to somebody. But I was looking at who I could call, and I just thought that everybody was either at work or the people in my list just wouldn't just wouldn't understand what I was going through, what this meant to me, and how horrible this made me feel. And part of it is that I sometimes feel so pressured to push through and deal with these side effects for a couple hours so that I can continue on with my work, even though it is very hard to do so. So sometimes I will be having side effects for 2-3 hours. And though they're not as bad as they were today, it's just, I'm still dealing with them. And it's still seeing double for a couple hours. And I have to pretend that I'm okay. And I'm not. And it's a very difficult thing to have to deal with. I feel like anybody who has epilepsy can relate to what I mean when I say that. And it's so hard to feel like you have to go through that alone and not have anybody to have you be by your side and talk to. But then I feel sometimes that I over exaggerate what has happened, because then I'll go home and I'll feel better because I am not actually doing any work. Or I'll lay down for a little while and then I'll feel better, and then I'll be like, well, now I feel better. Maybe I just overdid it. And what I was doing was wrong, and I shouldn't have left in the first place. And that makes me feel like I'm just making it up almost. And so my brain is constantly getting flooded with messages that I don't know are wrong or right, and pulled in different directions. And it's so difficult to find a support system. And I'm not saying that I don't have a support system, because I do. I have people who love me and help me. I really do. But it's just hard to have people understand what it really means to have these side effects and go through them, especially when you don't know when they're going to happen, or if they're going to happen, or what the severity of them are going to be. So the final message, I think, for this terribly disgusting video is just that if you're somebody with epilepsy, I want you to know that you are not alone. That if you have side effects, and you feel like shit some days, and you feel like it is not, that is your fault, if you feel like it is your fault for some godforsaken reason that you have to do something, take the day off or anything, it is not your fault. It is not your fault. And you're not alone and the only one thinking that it might be your fault. You are not alone and the only person thinking this. I am there with you, and there are plenty of other people there who are with you. If people actually watch this video and are epileptic and feel like they want to share their stories, go ahead, comment, tell me what you think, tell me your story. I would love to have somebody else make me feel like I'm not the only person in the world who goes through this, because I want to know that I'm not alone, and I want you to know that you're not alone as well. Thanks, guys, for listening. I love you.